Donald Trump really caved to the neocons and the deep state establishment. Remember when he used to pretend to be against them? Well, that's long gone now. Those days are so dead and gone. To steal from, who was saying that song? Justin Timberlake? Yeah, Justin Timberlake and Pharrell? Timbaland? I don't know. Dead and gone. Look it up. You'll figure it out. But that really was a long time ago, because look at what he's doing now that he's actually president. This is from Huffington Post. U.S. on track to drop 3 times more bombs on Afghanistan this year. So as of October 31st, the U.S. Air Force had dropped 3,554 bombs on the country, more than 2.5 times the number dropped in the entirety of 2016. So half of Trump's campaign on foreign policy was non-interventionist. You go back and you look at his Twitter history, for example, on Afghanistan. All he would say, why are we waiting? We're stupid. We're wasting money. We're wasting lives. We're getting nothing out of it. We bring the troops home. Rebuild infrastructure here. And those are I agreed with him on those things. He said it sometimes in the debates. Why are we wasting money over there? We rebuild our own country. So half of his campaign was super non-interventionist. Now, the other half, he contradicted himself and was even more interventionist than other people. And he said, like, we have to take out their families, saying we should kill civilians on purpose in the Middle East. Which is insane. It's a war crime. It's, against U.S. law. You can't just fucking massacre civilians on purpose. That's crazy. That's, like, fascistic. That's gross. That's totally illegal and a war crime, and you can't say enough negative things about it. I mean, that's as bad as it gets. That's what ISIS does. Let's kill civilians on purpose. So half it was non-interventionist, half it was interventionist. It was a crapshoot. Hey, what are you going to get when he's in office? Well, the smart money was on. He's going to do what the establishment wants him to do because he has no real core principles, and whoever's has the most influence on it behind the scenes, they're going to win. And that's what happened. Behind the scenes, they deep state, neocons, they have the most influence on him. So, yeah, he escalated everywhere. He escalated fucking everywhere. After ripping Obama for even being in Afghanistan, now he's like, oh, let's increase the troop levels in Afghanistan. Oh, let's drop more bombs in Afghanistan. So this is on top of, by the way, a 432% increase in drone strikes. 432%. And it's not like, hey, we were really precise with them under Obama. No, 90% of the time, we got civilians under Obama. So this isn't accurate at all, but he takes that program and he's like, let's make it even, let's drop even more bombs. Let's do more drone strikes. 432% more. So, by the way, thank you, George W. Bush and Obama, for not changing the fundamentals of this system and the framework of this system. You said, hey, we do torture. Hey, we have Guantanamo. We do interventions without getting approval through Congress and getting a war declaration. But that's totally fine. Well, now Trump comes along. Everybody agrees he's a maniac. And now he has control of this stuff. And he's doing exactly what we all predicted he would have done. You were bad enough with it. He's coming along, increasing 432% in drones, dropping more bombs in Afghanistan, civilian casualties through the roof. So Obama took our interventions from 2 to 7. Again, thanks, Mr. Fake Anti-War President. And now Trump, half the time a fake anti-war president, increasing even more. But while we're at it, let me show you the numbers here from 2014 to, I think, 2016 in Iraq and Syria. We dropped 31,900 bombs in what they call Operation Inherent Resolve. And this is according to CENTCOM. This is U.S. government numbers here. Now, you ready for a wild fact? And this shows you how off the rails our system has gone. 31,900 bombs were dropped. This is supposedly on ISIS in Iraq and Syria. According to the estimates of how many ISIS fighters there are, the top estimate was, at their peak, 31,500 members of ISIS. We dropped more bombs on ISIS than there are members of ISIS. Bombs. These bombs, it probably cost over $1 million each to make. Is that fiscal conservatism? Is that what that is? Is that, Hey, we spend like $1 million or more trying to kill each individual ISIS member. By the way, failed. You know, how many times have we covered stories of drone strikes or airstrikes taking out civilians, radicalizing people further in some cases? But yeah, over $1 million per ISIS person. But they don't have money for your health care. Sorry. I just saw a story on Twitter. A guy was rationing his insulin, and he died. Rationing his insulin because he just got to the age where he was done with he was no longer covered by his parents' health insurance. He didn't have health insurance, rationed his insulin, died. We have money to spend over $1 million on each ISIS fighter, who, by the way, they're in no danger to fucking attack Nebraska. Let's be serious here. As terrible as they are, they're not imminently about to attack the U.S. Blank check for that. Blank check, $100 billion a year to maintain the 900 military bases, $4 billion a year for an oil subsidy, corporate welfare check for ExxonMobil, $80 billion a year for the big banks as a subsidy, all the money for the military-industrial complex, over $1 trillion to create the new F-35 fighter jet, because, you know, the old one wasn't good enough. Over $1 trillion for that. But we don't have any money for healthcare. We don't have any money for college. We don't have any money to improve our D-plus rated infrastructure. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Well, here we are. This is where we are. What a disgusting, broken system.